I mean, he's never said anything like that. I don't think he would.
Okay,
And
let's
even,
say, well, here, let's say this.
caveats.
Let's say that I was racist, but I know that it's like a bad position to have because it's like unpopular. Like,
Yeah, I
couldn't I just possibly say always like, oh, I just want Western immigration or Christian immigration or European immigration?
He doesn't say that. He hates Christians. He talks. I'm a Christian, but he talks shit about Christians. He thinks they're just as bad as Muslims somehow, even though they're not.
Does he really though?
Starting wars with people? Yeah. I promise you. He even thinks that they're starting even when people in the comments will talk about just Muslims, like when what was it? There was something happened, some kind of conflict or something happening. Oh, well, he watched this stuff in Sudan, and they were talking about people like, it's all Muslims. Everybody in the comments were like, it's always Muslims, only Muslims, and he was like, no, this shouldn't be part of any culture, any religion. He says like Christians do the same thing. That Christians slaughter people, and then somebody tried to have an argument with him about. It's been thousand years since Christians have started wars for that, and he like banned them or muted them, timed them out. But
Sure.
he doesn't. He's just an atheist.
Sure. I mean, I'm atheist as well, but I guess
I think one of the reasons why it allows people that have the ulterior motives to even come in.
I mean, I'm atheist
Is
as
the
well.
audio okay?
You're not bad about this, and you even say stuff about it, like because there's people who just refuse to even come in.
I mean, I'm atheist as
Is the
well.
audio okay?
The basic facts of
Okay,
that thing you just granted earlier, or just for the sake of the argument, like just because people refuse to grant even that little bit and automatically call you racist and stuff. That's why.
Why do you think people? Why do you think people get brain broken on that though?
capture.
Why do you think people like refuse to acknowledge stuff like that?
Well, they've been doing that since before people started being more bold about. I'm only 24, but as far as since I've been paying attention, they've been like that since like before people recently started being able to be more, like especially online, to where everybody can see it and everybody participates, more open about how they feel about stuff. They've
Yeah,
been
but
like this.
like if somebody
I'd argue
says
it was worse.
if somebody says like if you've got a person who, you know, when pushed a little bit reveals themselves, do you look black? I guess you said you're you're mixed or whatever.
When I was in college in Athens, UGA, people thought I was Mexican. They thought I was Mexican. So I
Okay,
guess
sure.
no,
I guess like
black.
just like hypothetically,
loose curls.
if you've got a person who's like, you're not sure if they're racist or not, but they just say kind of like weird things sometimes, and then something bad happens to them, and they like go off on some crazy racist tirade. Would you look at that person and think like, oh wow, that last thing that happened just turned them racist? Or would you think like, ooh, I don't know, maybe this is kind of lurking the whole time, right? So like when you say that, like, well,
I remember little things.
Sure, yeah. Or when you say like people haven't been like full
Third time's
on
the
like
charm,
mask
dude.
off about everything until recently, sure. But I think that like people have like this suspicion, and I agree with you that it's dumb. I think one of the biggest issues that liberals have is sometimes they just can't admit certain things, like black people commit more crime. Like it's a really hard thing for liberals to admit sometimes. But like I understand why it happens when the person on the other side is like, don't you believe that black people have the warrior gene, so they're genetically predisposed to committing more crime? Like when the person like that is arguing against you, it's really hard to say, yeah, I kind of agree. Black people do commit.
Like, but it's not like they'll even bring up the white people that act like that or act certain ways.
They even bring okay. Well, no,
Like,
but they don't really though. So like, here's a big
not
difference,
seem
okay?
racist.
You've heard about like crack cocaine, black neighborhoods. Cops need to crack down on it. You've heard about like black people smoking weed was a stereotype when I was younger. I don't know if that's still like a huge.
Okay, we're in.
But like when we talk about black people and drugs, okay? I swear I'm not trying to sound too woke here. But we talk about black people and drugs. This is a black person's problem and it's a policing problem. And that, in my mind, this is basically exclusively how it's talked about. But when white people,
really?
Yes. Do you think it's different, or do you disagree with that?
I know for a fact that you 100% along like in the like before the 90s, like yeah, like for sure, like openly on the news and stuff. Well, not news, maybe like opinion and stuff. But I don't think so. I don't think it.
All right.
I don't think so. Actually, since the 2000s and stuff.
Or what do you mean? What are you disagreeing with me on? Just so I understand or disagree.
Like that it was made to seem like a black people only problem.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me be more clear.
I've never heard it.
Yeah. Let me be more clear on this. I'm sorry. I don't mean that like only black people smoke weed or whatever, but I'm saying like when these drugs are having really bad impacts on the black community, the two solutions that we give are the cops need to crack down on it, or the black community needs to get its shit together. So we need more black fathers in the household. We need more cops, cracking skulls on the street corners. This is the solution. But then when we look at how the white community's been impacted over the past decade or so with like the mass opiate thing, now it's like we need to invade Venezuela to free white people from this drug, or we need to blame the pharmaceutical companies, or
I am winning very much so. Yes.
White people are dying of drugs.
Thank you.
Or at least I don't really ever hear this rhetoric of like, why are you fucking retards dying of fentanyl? Just stop doing drugs. Or like, we need to get cops like crack it down. Like if you go to the hospital and you get out of surgery, then there should be cops visiting your home to make sure you're not abusing your fucking prescription painkillers. Like, why are you still taking this? We don't need a bunch of Vicodin addicted, old people and white people. But it was never. I don't think I've ever heard anybody
I'm just gonna set all of this.
That like the opioid epidemic is just the fault of like white people getting addicted to drugs who shouldn't be.
Well, I think it's because I think it was because it was back during the 60s and 70s and stuff. Like, but since like the 2000s, I don't think they did that they've done that.
So that's 13, right?
They've said stuff like that towards black people, and the opiates affect everybody. Like when I was in Athens, crazily enough, one of the reasons why I stopped going to school was because I actually got addicted to opiates, and there's shit tons of black people up there that do that too, white people that do that too. It's a problem with all the people, like everybody. It's not like a one side, like it doesn't just affect white people. I don't think that's why.
Sure, I understand, but like the response to the crime wave in the 90s and the response to like the crack epidemic and everything, literally was, we need to, like the crime bill, right? It was a 93 crime bill. We need to crack down hard on policing. And it feels like the response to and the Congressional Black Caucus and everything else, people really didn't like crack.
Affects negated,
right?
Like
the response to the opioid thing is like everybody is at fault except for the white people doing the drugs. I've never heard people blame white people for getting addicted to opioids, and I feel like it's because it was like a white person's drug more than anything else. I never heard that.
Okay.
I think it's because we've actually made progress, actually made progress in understanding, how that it actually does affect people and that it's a disease and stuff. Like I've listened to him talk about it on Fox News, about how it's not
Fox News. Let's go.
How it's like an issue that can affect anybody. There's people. There was a couple hosts on there that talked about how that was part of some stuff that happened in their family. Maybe that it does have something to do with what you're saying, but it also could just be because it had never affected them or white people in that way to where they even had a way to understand it. But now they understand it from everybody. I just think it's just because it's two different areas in time, like two different parts in time. And that was also right when
this is okay, yeah.
I don't think that's true actually.
I guess I disagree, but it's hard to.
The last thing I think you could say is that Asmongold was
KK
racist.
Kona, let's get it.
Because he even says stuff that, like when he says it, I'm like, oh, that's gonna get clipped. That's gonna sound bad, and he'll say it like openly, like about how everybody makes jokes and how he's actually probably worse off stream. I know that's probably not making the case for him right now, but he'll say stuff like that, and I'm like, if I think he was actually racist and trying to hide it, I don't think he would say stuff like that.
So I mean, like my issue related to Asmongold and racism is I wouldn't say it's necessarily like racism. The term I use is like xenophobia. Like
100%. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I don't think that's wrong. There's Japanese are xenophobic
too, right?
I think and if they weren't, maybe we wouldn't have Japan. Like I think it's good to preserve cultures.
Well, yeah, maybe you can make that argument in some places, but like,
of course,
how does it work in the United States? Because aren't we kind of like not to be like again super woke, but like aren't we kind of like a nation of other peoples, like of immigrants?
No, yeah, I agree with you, but that's when we have it where people are assimilating and people that actually love the country and want to come here. And I appreciate how, and I've always said this, and I've been so frustrated because they never do this. And I have this argument in the comments with people, every now and then in the right wing side, you'll see people in the comments being racist, and it's not as common as some people would think it would be. And there's people arguing against them, and I'm like, when Donald Trump says America, I even tell him when Donald Trump says Americans, what do you think? You think he's saying white Americans? You think he's just talking to you?
Yes.
And I don't I don't think so. I don't. And they've recently started actually, like
I think
clarifying. Christy Noam has a commercial about it.
Well, here,
J.D. Vance even said so on stage.
Yeah, I know they'll say a thing, but here's the thing, okay? And I actually in the past, and I guess even going forward, I blame liberals for this shit over like fixating on fucking words and stuff, okay? I think that it's more problematic if you have a person who just like constantly says the N-word and the N-word and the N-word or whatever, and they just say racist jokes all the time or whatever, and even if they don't like black people or, racial groups or whatever, like, I think that that's bad, but I think that it's worse if you have a person who never says a racist slur or never utters a racist joke, but they say things like, I don't think a person from that background could ever properly assimilate to this country. But if they're not using a racial slur, people never consider it racism. But I think that second person, I think Asmongold does that a lot. I think that person is infinitely more harmful and infinitely more like actually racist than like a person who just says racist jokes or does dumb shit and maybe even is racist a little bit. Because like that other person, have you ever heard of the term like racial essentialism? Basically the idea that like culture comes from people's ethnic backgrounds or whatever. Like I do think that Asmongold believes that. I don't know if he's explicitly said it before, but I think that he thinks that like the chances of like a person of like a Somali background ethnically being able to assimilate to American culture, it's going to be much harder for that type of person. I think that he kind of subscribe.
Why do you think that?
Just because of the way that he talks about, like, it's just, I don't think I would ever hear Asmongold ever. Let's say that a group of Swedes were discovered in the United States to be doing some fucking fraud or whatever, or Italians or whatever. Maybe there is some example, and I just can't think of it off the top of my head right now. But, like, I don't know if I would ever hear Asmongold saying things like, we need to deport these types of people from the United States. Like, Swedes are trying to scam us. Norwegians are trying to, get one over on the system. French people are trying
to...
I just don't know if you would ever talk about those groups of people the same way.
I mean, that's possible. But, like, when he talks about he doesn't talk about, like, he's never said anything like how certain people, there's no way anybody from that group could assimilate, or that those people shouldn't be allowed to try to come in. Anytime I've heard him talk about it, it's because there's a large scale of it, or because he'll say, like, because people like in the Somali stuff, like Tim Waltz allows it, or because they're scared to tell the people that they can't do this, or that they're scared to crack down on it. That's why it's been allowed to keep going and to make. And he said also it makes them, like, it's not good for their community because it makes them look bad. Like, it makes their whole community look bad when it's not all their community, it's just certain people, and it's because they weren't, like, assimilated.
Yeah, but I don't hear those arguments as much. Well, it's making the Somali community look
maybe
bad.
It's because they're clipping him because like they only show you only see this crazy stuff that they'll clip.
Setting one.
I mean, I watch his videos. I know there are people who Hassan and shit will do for sure, but I try to watch like his videos. Like if I'm missing something, this is also why I invite him to chat. Because if I'm missing something, I don't mind. Like I'm not here to clip assassin. I don't give a fuck about shit like that. People do that to me all the time. What do you do for? What's like your biggest hobby or enjoyment? Is it like a game or music or?
Learn. I know it sounds corny, but like learn. Like I learn about certain like random stuff, anything that pops in my mind whenever I'm bored. I used to play soccer a lot. But.
I guess like if you have a friend who's trying to like there are two types of frustrations I think when people are like learning a new hobby. If it's like playing an instrument or playing a game or whatever, where somebody will get frustrated with a thing, and every time they get frustrated, like I'm done, like I quit, like I'm done. Yeah. Versus like another person who gets like frustrated and they keep like trying it over and over and over again until they like get it, right? The first person probably seems like they just don't give a fuck about the thing very much, but the second person genuinely really likes the thing, and even though they're getting fucking frustrated, they're like, I'm gonna do it again. I'm queuing another game. I'm gonna practice at a slower tempo, whatever the fuck, right? And I feel like when I listen to people like Asmongold talk about immigrant problems with certain communities, and right now the minority community of the week is Somalians or Somalis. It's like when the answer is instantaneously deport them all, get them out of here, deport them, get them out of here. It's like, okay, well this doesn't seem
we're gonna listen to a little bit of this
in terms of incorporating these people in our country. It seems like you
I'm
just want to like
looking
remove this
at
whole
the
ethnic group from the country for whatever reason because it's the flavor of the week, minority group to hate, and that's just like mega sus to me. It feels like, especially when it only happens towards communities of color.
Well, I don't think the issue is the fact that there was a lot of, or at least he believes, based on, I guess it could be lies from Trump, it could be whatever, but he believes the issue is the fact that there's been a ton of illegal immigration or illegal immigrants coming in, or people that come in, that are allowed to come in that don't want to be American, don't care to be American, don't have the best intentions for America, or like could care less what the fuck happens to America.
Actually,
and
no,
and that
it
there's
doesn't
problems here right
depend
now
on the deck.
with
What the fuck am I
Americans
saying?
that need to be addressed.
Sure, and
And
real quick, I understand.
It's
what you're
all the
saying,
same,
and like,
bruh.
especially with the asylum process, this is definitely
Literally.
happened. But then again, I think
Jesus.
you're running into that problem of like, why are we incorporating so many different groups with each other? Why are we grouping so many of these together? Because like Somali Americans don't have anything to do with like all the mass asylum seeking from South America, right? That was like a different type of problem. So why are we even speaking of these two things?
How the fuck do you even
simultaneously?
call
Right.
Asmongold
That's really
fans,
part
right?
about him saying like
What's
stuff here
their...
needs to be fixed. Like there's
How do you
problems
call
here,
these
there's
people?
issues here right now. Like we need to like people they just need to go. They're here illegally in the first place.
Yeah, but not the Somali
That's our
Americans. They're
law.
not illegally. That's not even the
No,
claim for that.
I'm talking
group.
about I'm talking about the other people.
Sure.
Like, the other people. Like,
Yeah,
just
sure.
in general, that's his whole prescription for everybody that came here illegally. Any race, doesn't care what color, doesn't care who you are. Like if you came here illegally, don't care. He don't even care your age. He think it could be old people, regardless. They should be gone, all of them, everybody. It could just be because he's been convinced that I mean, and there is some truth to like some of the issues
Fuck,
that they
man.
cause, and like some lies.
Where's
that
this
people
gotta
say, like,
go,
how
man?
we need them for certain jobs that Americans won't do when they only make up. There's like out of the 484 different jobs that that we have in America, there's only 6 that are even immigrant, like have a majority immigrant, and none of them are majority illegal immigrant.
Right.
Like there's no job that they only make up like I think 5% or 1% or 5% of the entire workforce in those in the areas.
Sure,
that they're in, so.
Yeah, sure. Okay, I'd have to see specifically what you're talking about. But even if I don't necessarily disagree with any of that, I guess
Sure.
when I look at Asmongold and the way that he talks about these groups, I only hear a solution that's put forth that basically says we need to get rid of all of them. I don't hear any solutions put forth that makes it seem like we want to incorporate any of these people into America, and it only seems to happen with groups of like other colored people. Do you think that like
Right.
even if I'm not the most like diligent Asmongold viewer, assuming that everything I've seen there is true, and maybe there's other stuff that's exculpatory, but like, do you understand how somebody could come to the impression like, ooh, maybe this guy just really
100%,
doesn't
especially,
like, yeah.
Especially if you've just started watching them recently. But like I started watching them actually from listening to you. I think I started watching them maybe April last year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, April of last year.
That's
and the first
28,
time
right?
I'd heard him talk about groups of people was him defending them, and like talking about or defending them against people in his chats. Like that's why I know he's not, or that's why at least I believe he's not, unless he's recently become more xenophobic or racist.
Okay, I guess we got rid of the
Well,
gores.
not,
Jesus.
I guess not xenophobic. Is that the same thing as like somebody
Bro.
ethnic stuff?
Well, like I think it's a weird I guess actually it's a different kind of xenophobia because like he's
He's
xenophobia.
nationalist.
Yeah, but it's only towards like it feels like certain ethnic groups. It's like the weird thing, I guess.
Well, what other like there's we don't have a lot of immigration from white countries or illegal immigration from white countries.
All right.
Maybe not illegal immigration, but again, like this conflation
He
between legal
hates
and illegal
Christians. He
is
would hate it if there was a white Christian country that they were trying to sneak in here. Or
sneak in. Yeah, but again, we're conflating like illegal immigrants
they were
with
doing illegal
ordinary
stuff here.
immigrants and everything else, right? I think it's again that conflation thing of all the different immigrants is a problem, but.
I don't think he talks about all immigrants. Like I think he just talks about illegal immigrants. I could be mistaken, and it's just this the Somali thing recently.
Oh.
I mean that could be different now because of the Somali thing that he talks about
Do you
legal
think
immigrants too.
If Donald
He
Trump
doesn't talk about any other
tomorrow,
group.
if Donald Trump tomorrow was to announce a ban on all just South American immigration, do you think that Trump would, or do you think that Asmongold would support that?
Like just South America, probably.
If
He might,
Trump was to
maybe.
announce a ban on all European immigration tomorrow, do you think Asmongold would support that?
100%, 100%.
just-
Probably even
on
more
Europe?
so.
You think so?
Probably even more so.
Okay.
He doesn't like Europeans specifically. But I meant to say, like, he's been covering the Iran stuff. Like, he's one of the only people. Also, there's another reason why, because he's one of the only people who covers, like, stuff that happens in random countries, like Nepal.
Okay.
He covers the stuff in Nepal.
Okay,
He covers
okay.
the stuff right now in Iran, and like the amount of support and like making sure, like, the first thing you hear, last thing you hear, the whole time is only supporting the people and them
Losing my
defending
mind.
themselves against
All
their
right.
I guess their government. Like that's the first thing he talks about. The same way he talks about it with the American people, like how he feels about here. Like that's all he talks about. when he talks about it, and he's one of the only people who even brings this stuff up in
Rico.
the first place. So.
Did you hear when
But
Asmongold was
I
talking
do
about how
agree
like we should have like people of similar cultures immigrating here, and like the UK would be a good example of this? Do you remember him talking about this at all, or no?
No, but I don't doubt it. But I mean that's true. I mean, and like that is true.
Okay, I'm just
Like, I
challenging.
also
I feel
agree
like
when you say it.
I don't know if he would be
Go
okay
ahead.
with like banning all European immigrants. I feel like he would prefer. Yeah. Well,
I mean, if you're including the UK, like yeah, maybe not the UK, but
What is he?
I mean, like Europe,
Draw one?
the group, like the landmass touching, yes,
Okay.
he'd be cool. With that.
Whatever.
Like when you said about the
I don't know that's how that works, but
about him getting his news from the feed or whatever. Yeah, I agree with that. Like that's fucking retarded, because there's arguments he'll make that are on my side that I don't agree with him, because he doesn't actually know what he's talking about, and he's not representing it right, and he just makes it look stupid. Like, but he does argue for it, and I don't agree with that. Like I think he should actually research stuff and know why he feels the way he does. And sometimes I feel like he doesn't, and then he'll give an explanation that makes perfect sense, and like.
can you think of like? I'm curious. Can you
come
think
on,
of,
dude. Can
is
we
there like a
can we
single
speed
issue
this
that you
along?
feel like he's talked about on stream over the past year or two
Oh,
that
God.
you feel like he's researched?
If not nothing political, no, fuck no, nothing. I don't think he researches any of that shit.
Is that
And it's
kind of
not
like
a good look.
Yeah, isn't that kind of problematic?
Yeah, but yeah, but he's directionally right. He's like I guess he's justified in his feelings about it, like. And he also he'll say when he does it, he's not 100% sure, and not all the time. Sometimes he'll say he's 100% sure about something that he's completely wrong about. But I mean, that's not a good.
Do you think he has like an obligation to do a little bit of reading or research, maybe?
I don't think he has an obligation, because he doesn't have a group or people that he leads. He's just an entertainer, and it's
Well,
it's
but he's
really
not
up
just
to,
an entertainer, right? Like, there's a lot of people who are probably exclusively getting news through him.
And but that's not his fault. They're fucking retards. Their parents are retards. Their school system was retarded. It's on them. Like that's not his.
Couldn't I say the
not
same
his
thing about like
obligation.
opiates? Why are we mad about China or South America? Like, shouldn't people just not do the drugs?
Yeah, I agree. And I think actually,
Just
when you were
don't
saying
do
that
the
earlier,
drugs,
I actually do
fam.
think they need to tell white people
It's fine.
or
Don't
anybody
worry
that's
about
doing
it.
the shit that they were fucking retarded. And I think that's what people told me, and that helped. Like, people definitely need to know that they're retarded. But I also do think that the government's job is to protect. Like, that's literally in the social contract for them to. Like, that's their role.
Why are we
protection.
talking about
Protect
social
the American
contract
people.
here? What's the...
Not to provide everything, but to protect us, and that's a way to protect.
If Asmongold knows that his audience is consuming him generally for political content, isn't there an obligation there that he has to produce like well-researched, well-informed opinions? Like, shouldn't he be aware of that and do better to produce content that is more informed?
No,
No,
he says
because
he'll
that's
say,
not
this is what,
bringing the news,
like, that's
bringing
what
the
he
views.
believes. He'll say like even if he does say something that is what's the word, contradictory, he'll even say like, this is what I believe should happen, and that's why I think it should be law. Not because, or he says he doesn't even believe in laws. If something's illegal and it shouldn't be legal, then that's fine. Or if something is illegal and it shouldn't be illegal, then you shouldn't have to follow it. If something
Royal
isn't
decree,
illegal and it should be
wow,
illegal,
what a good
then
hit,
they should just
dog.
make it illegal and lock people up. And he does even make even more radical prescriptions
All
for
right.
Trump.
I guess no dad, right?
Like that's not a good thing, but I mean, he even tells people that that's his opinions.
Thinking.
I guess
Okay.
that just seems like a very weak, like no social responsibility kind of position to take. But you know that a
I mean,
bunch
but
of
he's
people.
an entertainer.
Yeah, but I mean, it doesn't matter. If people are consuming your content as a way to become informed.
But there's a
on
group.
things.
There's a list. I know you do the like. The whole reason I started watching you was because I thought liberals were fucking retard, or liberals were retards, and had the dumbest positions. Didn't think about them. Don't actually know how the world works. And then I listened to you, and I was like, you know what? This is an actual smart person. I can actually maybe learn what some of them actually think, or what they're, even if they're like
Sure.
like how there's idiots in MAGA that just like Trump because of this, for the social reasons. I can actually learn what y'all believe,
Target?
and then I've listened to you. But like you've been wrong about some stuff tonight, and I wrote it down while you were talking to the people. I got it in front of me.
Yeah, what do you think I've been wrong about?
Okay, let's see some of the things.
Alright. Okay.
Let's see. The deportations. I think one source says this. I think it's the government though that says this. Like there's going to be like 2 million self deportations this year, and then there's 650 to like 800,000, or 650 to 750,000 detentions and expulsions.
I've heard.
But how could they?
Well, just real quick. So here's the issue that I have with the deportation thing, right? So Trump has claimed we're now up to, he said, 30 million people
17?
came into the country.
Well, Trump hasn't said 30. Trump said 25.
Trump said 30. That was the last number he gave.
Vance said 30 million.
Trump said 30 last time. Last he gave a number. We can find it. I know, because I look, he ups the number every time. But we'll say 25 million if you want. We can say 25 million. Donald Trump says there were 25 million illegals that came into this country. And going by what I believe the reported numbers from the government are, if we believe them, the upper bound of what we'll deport this year is probably going to be maybe a million. And
necessarily, because they don't want to bounce this back, right?
No. There's been 1.5 million. There was 1.5 million, like the last numbers that they had, but they've been saying that since like July. There was 1.5. There's 2 million. It would be on track to be 2 million.
Okay, even if I were
there's also liberal sources that have said this, because
even
they're
if
talking about.
Sure, let's say that I grant. Let's say I just say 2 million. Okay, let's say it's 2 million this year. Well, if they've got the self-deportation program, it's probably going to be front-loaded. Like most people will take it right. I doubt people are going to wait 4 years to take it, right? So that means that most of the people that are going to take it have taken it, and we've got 4 years as presidency, and this is probably going to be his most aggressive year in enforcing the deportation stuff, because it's when he had
next year they get way bigger. They have way more money, way more funding, way more people being hired next.
The numbers are only going down from here. It's definitely not going up from this point. I think this
is people keep fucking protesting and going crazy in the streets. Yeah, for sure.
And but that's part of. But the
reason it's so bad is
wait.
sanctuary cities.
But that's Trump's fault, right? He's the president. He's supposed to be a leader. He's supposed to bring the country together on this issue.
True.
We should all want like criminals and illegal aliens to be deported from this country. So why is he so incapable of getting people to agree on this? It should be like one of the easiest issues ever. No.
No, because they just literally just hate Trump. They'll do, and this I'll give you an example of how 100%, no matter what Trump says, if Trump is the one who brings it up, they will immediately go against it. Like for when Obama was president, the liberal like California, then they all helped. They did the same. They did what Trump asked them to do and what Tom Homan said they needed to do since January. All they have to do is let them get them from the jails, and they will not have to go into their communities to get the people. But because Trump said it, no, there's no way they're going to do it. And an example is no tax on tips.
Sure, wait, real quick. For the immigration thing, what do you think is the big difference, though, between like Trump and Obama? Why do you think people might be more cooperative with Obama than they would under Trump?
Because they've hated Trump.
Yes, I am.
It was the same way.
I am chaotic.
Don't you think maybe it's because when Trump talks about immigration or deportations, he comes
him
off as like a
talking to
cruel,
Asmongold,
individual, and it doesn't feel like he has any compassion for any of the people involved at all. Like,
so it's like
less likely to cooperate with you.
You know, one way.
I don't know who I hate more,
Wait,
TBH.
hold on. I just need to understand. Wait, I just need to understand real quick. Doesn't Trump talk about it way more maliciously and vindictively than any other president I can remember, even Bush, anybody, has ever talked about immigrants or dealing with illegal immigrants?
Not immigrants, but dealing with legal immigrants, yes. But it's got, since this year, like since this term, yes. Since he was proven right from his first term about needing the wall and shit. And they said no. They shut down the government in 2018, I think.
Then none of that
because
necessitates
he tried to
him
get fucking funding to build a wall.
None of this necessitates him having to be cruel, right? When someone starts acting cruel, people are going to look at your motivations.
I'm killing myself.
Why you're doing the thing you're doing.
That's what I'm doing with this.
He's not really being cruel.
Alligator Alcatraz, dog.
He didn't come up with that name.
Doesn't matter. He supported it, and they advertised on it. They memed on it. They posted videos in front of cages of illegal immigrants.
That specific one is one that they mainly put people that committed crime, committed crimes. People.
But it doesn't matter. Crime is a sad thing. And people committing crimes, it's a sad thing. All of it is a sad thing. When you're like doing
people getting crimes committed.
I got you.
Well, for everybody, for the fact that anybody would even have to commit a crime. All of these are sad. These are bad things. We don't want people to commit crimes.
I used to be a criminal. No, they should fucking be punished. They're criminals.
Sure, but they should also not commit the crime, right? But
you know what? But look, that's what I'm saying though. It wouldn't be as bad, and their shit wouldn't be as crazy if if they just listened and in the first place had just handed over the criminals. Then Tom Holman said it a million times
we
they would not have them go into
can
into the
try
city.
and do
But they
something
just
here.
give
So
them
you
up.
think there's no possible way that Trump could have handled the situation like a better
Oh
leader?
yeah, 100%, a million percent.
Okay. Trump has nobody to blame but himself for why everybody is so aggressive against his position on immigration. He talks about it with like he's the most cruel-sounding person. And when you're celebrating the alligator Alcatraz things, you're posting all the crazy videos. You're having ICE run around with masked men and everything. Like you're making it look as bad as possible. Why would you expect anybody to cooperate with you?
You know, Trump hasn't always been like this. It got a lot like this whole thing's been exacerbated by him, just the way he was attacked and maligned the first term. His first term.
Well, because he
you
also
don't
did
think
a
that
lot
has
of
anything to do with it?
No, I think it does. But he also had a lot of bad. He did a lot of bad stuff his first term.
Okay, I can't.
But I mean, that's his fault.
Not
He's
really.
bringing it on
Just
himself. Yeah.
the fact, even when he was running, even when he just first became, just the amount of lies and crazy stuff that they the media.
Even when he
spread
came
about
in
him.
on the first thing, what did he say? He was gonna clean out the deep state, drain the swamp. He launched a war against the entire government, and
not the media. It wasn't the media though.
He attacked the media as well. He attacked all these people.
Okay, I can't. My brain is fucking melting. Yep. The left is really shit in the US. Honestly. Okay, let me just declare this. Banish this just in case. I am gonna use you to swamp you, and I'm gonna summon you. Declare effect. Get Bora to hand. We're cooking. We are cooking, boys. Okay. We are GG's. Fun games. We are cooking. How is politics in my country? It's really bad. It's just as bad as anywhere else. You know? No one really cares about anything, and it's all over the place. It's very nihilist. As I feel like is the case with most fucking ex-Yugoslav countries, you know? Okay, let me... Jesus. How the fuck do I... Okay. Chillin', right? Awesome titles over here. I heard libertarians in Europe are more on the left. Yeah, a little bit. I guess it kind of depends on what crop of libertarian you run into, you know? A lot of them are just, they seem kind of dumb. Because they're more interested on, like, upholding the idea of freedom rather than people, like, genuinely being free in terms of their choices and shit. Alright, this is like a... I guess I'm gonna listen to the fucking... The Duck and Perry stuff. This is gonna be so fucking excruciating, dude, but I have to do it. Because I gotta talk to this guy soon, so... Excusez-moi that this is happening.
Sunday, I know, the fact that you're letting them, like, it's not that you're letting them...
Do I... How the fuck do we do this? Fucking kill me, eh? Jesus. Okay. Let's put this to 480. Just because I don't wanna... Okay. 1.5 is gonna be...
You're upset that I'm letting people onto Yap. That's your criticism.
Sunday, I know, the fact that you're letting them, like, it's not that you're letting them onto Yap, it's that you're not really talking about the real killer in this conversation. I don't care. I want Destiny to be ruined from this. I want his career to be over, and I'm gonna do everything.
Queen! Hell yes.
What is cool about Bo Burnham?
Nothing.
Right. So, do you guys just hate fun?
JSOC, sidetrack the conversation. It's like things that happen.
Based luck, I
don't know
guess.
what I'm supposed to do. Who's this Duckbringer person? I'm being harassed by the Pond Scum podcast. I'm being harassed by Pond Scum podcast.
On February 11th.
Not this loser, man.
Seems like he's not above, for example,
This worm and this bird are
just
harassing
for
me.
having abnormal gender expression. He's not above people for looking like different. He's not above like,
Abnormal
making fun of people for looking
gender
different.
expression.
It's very.
No, he's a normal
Okay, then.
guy that you meet at the gym when you're a leftist and you're like, I gotta go to the gym, it's been a year. And then you talk about leftism. And Queenman is like, oh, that's cool, man. Oh, yeah, that's...
Oh,
I
they
heard
are talking
that
about
on
me. They
TV."
are harassing me.
Oh, he's like
Joe Rogan 8 years ago.
Yeah. Henry, let me know if you want to join or if you're just still chilling. By the way.
Yep.
But yeah, so he's just like
Yes, chaotic.
he's just,
You
chatting,
are
he's just chatting.
absolutely
He
correct in
was
thinking
kind of
that.
just, like, the typical internet user reacting to stuff online, but he didn't seem to. I guess the difference with Chad is that
Awesome
he's
headcanon here, guys. I'm loving it.
that I would never really anticipate like high moral character from him. Yeah, it's like you're just a draw. Like I don't know. Queenman sometimes uses the language of like moral condemnation more, which is work for you.
What?
Kind of like scraping the bottom there.
Does he now?
You're probably doing a lot more harm than good with some of your coverage as well. So, yeah.
I'll talk about that. How am I doing more harm than good?
Welcome anybody just joining. By the way, we have 16 viewers and we got 14.
I would love to talk about that.
Chat, if you can get a better time on getting banned from the Queenman Discord, I will personally send you a sub to
Okay.
around 50 follower stream.
Oh man, somebody added me as friend from the Queenman Discord. Let me see what's going on here.
Like you are approachable.
Well, we don't want to know anything about that. I think that's enough of that, to be honest. Let's just move on from that. Look, if anyone wants to come on, well, I timed that person out from chat because they left a comment on my video the other day, like, all caps, please let me come onto your stream and talk about extortion. And I'm like, no, I don't really care about that. I don't want some random retard coming on to just explain extortion to me. That sounds like a nightmarish experience. And then they were in chat again today, and they typed in all caps again. And I was
Alright,
like,
we're
I
hitting
just got angry and saw
and
red
we
because
are
they typed in all caps. And that's
setting
why I
break
timed
and
it out.
passing.
They were in all caps, so I saw red, and I was just like, get rid, because I recognized their name from that comment. So I was totally just like, it's death time. So I just took them out immediately.
Based
And
Queenman.
yeah, now I guess
King.
they were in Discord typing all caps, and they're on stream. Did they get banned from the Discord? Did someone ban them? But if they think I make moral condemnations that I can't live up to, or something like that, I'm more than willing to hear the criticism if they want to come on and do that. I just don't want to have like a fucking hour-long debate with some lame retard about what extortion is under the law. That's not what I'm looking to do today.
King shit, I guess.
Well, how do I see the bans on Discord? How do I do that? Bans, here we go.
Right, so I can't really do anything with this. I might as well.
And Leader wanted an unban as well. I will actually help Leader out with an unban.
I'm scared of Honest, so fuck that.
So that's done. In fact, I'll message him too and let him know. I'll let him know. Leader's fine. Leader's fine. Okay, I agree. I had a bad impression of Leader initially too, when he was on like WIC panels and stuff. But he's actually.
It's good to live a good life and versus this for freedom. Yeah, true. True. You are right. If that were the view of most libertarians, I would definitely fuck with that.
Together in their head and like synthesizing evidence, then that's like you're in top 30% online.
With libertarianism in general, I mean, I would definitely be for that.
Tune back into Duckbringer. Pepsi's on.
Why are you like a smug bug skinwalker? What's that about?
I would
So I
not say
hate
I'm a
that guy.
smug bug.
I'm going
I
fishing.
mean, I'm using the brand. I'm using like the puppet.
Ah,
It's
shit.
cool.
Yeah.
Why would I disavow like a cool aesthetic?
Alright.
He sucks. He's a loser.
Why do you think he's
So I
oh,
wouldn't
this is
even-
really interesting. Okay, so we got.
It's interesting. Why are you saying stuff like that? Like, oh, this is really don't feign interest, okay?
I'm not feigning interest. I'm legitimately interested.
Okay.
Why do you think
Are you
Snowflake
like-
is a loser? Because
what time
I'm
zone are you in?
actually I'm like a U.S. Yeah.
Just so I know, like, how. Alright. Okay, that makes sense, I guess.
Yeah. So what I'm wondering is because I'm pretty new to this community. I don't have a horse in the race in terms of like.
I
smug-
believe you.
Swap.
I think that you have been here a while and you're desperate to make the streaming career work.
Okay, that's interesting.
I can tell because you put a lot of work into your streamer layout and
Aw,
additionally
thank you so much. That's really sweet of you to say. I mean,
you're shit at Minecraft, which I mean, obviously
I'm
if you were like,
I'm the mayor of
because you're
Sponge.
focused on the stream,
All I'm
so
doing is hitting wood and
you're not good enough at the game.
Villagers. I didn't even know how to auto select.
You're not good enough at the game. Okay, dude.
I mean, I've been
Cool.
playing since beta. I've been playing since beta, but I obviously don't know how to play the game
Cool.
when it comes to that. I haven't even done Redstone. I'm waiting for the
I
Redstone.
feel a bit guilty that I'm talking to you right now, to be honest. I don't think I should be
Wait, did he leave or did I end there? Just fuck off.
talking to you.
Okay.
'Cause I just-
Alright, go
I feel like
ahead.
you should know, listen, I feel like you should know Queen on
Give me the mills.
ready to talk to you on stream right now. I'm just wasting your time.
Okay,
You should
cool.
go talk to him. I don't have anything funny
I would much
to talk
rather
about.
yeah, okay. What I'm really interested about is getting into an ethics discussion. But thank you so much for your time.
Ethics discussion.
I'm
Yeah.
not a smug skinwalker, although definitely using his brand. I mean, I'm a smug
So you're
skinwalker.
asexual?
No.
So you're not ace?
What?
Does that mean not ace? I didn't say you were asexual. Why do you say I'm not ace?
Did I cut off? I said I'm not a smug
Oh.
skinwalker, maybe.
Right. Okay, no, okay, that's fine. But listen, I
But it's
mean,
kinda like, but in a sense we are, you know, because we kind of want to make small streamers get popular on their own little brand. So I would say like taking a
why are you
look
on
in that
Twitch?
bag.
you know, YouTube's where it's at, I think, for, I'll give you that advice.
Yeah, I'm trying to branch out because I don't really, I mean, monetization-wise, I have Restream, I have a...
Dude, why is the stream lagging? Fuck's sake.
Wise, I have Restream, I have a...
God, this is so annoying, dude. How do I... The stream break?
Costs.
Oh yeah, they just went offline. The stream died.
Swap.
Oh, wait, there we go.
The clear effects.
Queeman versus Willie Mac, and they both suck, was the stream title.
Dump Treeborn.
Why do I suck?
And
it wasn't Queeman versus Willie Mac. That wasn't meant to be the point. It was Beggar versus Willie Mac. I was just pitching in, trying to make the better version of the point.
Pass.
Willie was getting very defensive with me.
I do consider myself to be a feminist, in fact, yeah.
Okay,
Even though I do realize that there's like a lot of, especially when it comes to like, I don't know, modern dating culture or whatever the fuck, there seems to be like a lot of problems with, I guess, how women tend to conduct themselves in a more pop sense. I have a lot of criticisms of that, but that's on an individual level, right? When it comes to like, I don't know, it just feels to me like feminism serves a good purpose because like we do fundamentally live in a fundamentally sexist world that doesn't really value the gender of female as it should. That much seems apparent to me, right? So yeah, to answer your question, I am a feminist, definitely. 100%. I ride for the ladies. I am critical of certain things, but, you know, doesn't make me not a feminist at the end of the day. So, I just own it. Uh-huh. Wait, does he not have 4 names? 1. Hold on. That's 1, 2. No, that's 1, 2, 3... That is 4. Yeah. All right. And then, do I want to go 1 for 1? No, I do not. Fuck it. I do not. Okay. That's...
To either.
Okay.
Yeah.
I watched your stream and you said that I use the language of moral superiority, but I'm a bad person who does damage to everything I cover or something. Not quite that, but you know.
Did I say that?
No, you
I
said
don't know that I
something
said
else,
that.
I'm paraphrasing.
Feminism is both for men and women. True. Both from patriarchy. That's also true. Yeah. True. That is true. That is a power. Patriarchy is a power structure that benefits some men, or rather, I don't know. In some ways, it seems to benefit all men. But also, the men who benefit tend to suffer under patriarchy just as much as women. So yeah.
Consideration, and if you think he was a money grabber, like that's all whatever. But what I really want to get to is that the transfer of DMs, and whenever Pixie was saying, not only because obviously there's
do I want to grab a thing?
It's not extortion for Pixie to say in private communications, hey, I think that I should be compensated for this, right? But what's extortion might be, hey, I think that he should be punished a lot. I think that he should suffer from this. Like I think this should be punitive in a way that might go over what the law would entail. So I think the problem then is that when Pixie communicated that she wants him to be punished and wants him to actually think about it, right? I've got some flapping lips on me. Thank you, Chad. I love you, Chad. Thank you. Follow me on Twitch, Dr. Finger. Anyways, so what I was saying is that
Queen.
the ethics of, not only with what your chatter was saying about Kyla should have known better, or whatever the name is, Erudite should have known better about,
Oh my fucking god, dude.
A more ethical person. Also, also.
Okay,
to,
fuck it.
Like, whoever like tracing back whoever sent the DMs to who and who took the information that Pixie
What?
wanted to punish Destiny and send it back. Not only did Destiny talking to Iridite and saying, hey, you should go talk to this person that you were already gonna have a friendly conversation with.
Either player can
about the
target
crime that they
light
did. That's already
swarms.
unethical. It's already an ethical breach there. The other ethical breach was Iridite agreeing to do that, right?
I
And
mean,
then not only that, but
JD
after
is
Iridite
not
had
a
those
light
private
swarm,
conversations with
right?
Pixie, she asked, I believe at some point in the conversation, that okay, can I send this to Destiny? That was so fucked for Iridite to do. She should know that she should have read that conversation and been like, okay, if I'm gonna say anything, okay, Pixie, can I say this part of it? You should like just like what like I think like as many criticisms as I have of Dan.
I can
He actually
dump a swap because I don't think there's any use for it. I already have one.
Was still trying to toe the line between being Pixie's friend and being
That's
her like mediator in the situation, and that's why
yeah.
ethics of
And
it
for
totally
possible
bent up.
tributes, I got fucking
So you're basically saying that
Treeborn and shit. So that's cool.
She should have known immediately, but not only that. So the reason that I get into the ethics point of it, and that's where the actual breach is because when people had DMs of
And
Pixie
if
saying like, hey,
anyone
I
left can
want
accept this
anything
agreement,
with Pixie was
true.
saying, like, what she
Yeah,
wanted the
that's
conversation to be
that
and why she
makes
wanted it.
people
Anybody
quit
that
the
shared that
movement.
to
Yeah.
Destiny knowingly, or somebody that they knew reasonably would have shared it in a way that would have gotten back to Destiny before Pixie actually had legal representation, they were ultimately like saying,
Okay, fuck
Pixie,
it.
I don't care about
I
your
am
ultimate legal case because
pitching
like,
this.
essentially they
Target
were making
that.
it so that by sharing it to Destiny, either they might have been engaging in coercion, or they were at least muddying the waters to give cover to Destiny in that sense. And that's what I really hate about the extortion claim.
Duckbringer, are you single? I feel like I'd never have to speak a word again with you.
Okay, so where exactly do you disagree with me?
Okay, dude.
It's that you're letting these people on and you're letting them, like, in particular, you're letting them yap about who is responsible for who in terms of, like, posting the video.
So you're
The fact
upset
that
that I'm letting people onto
the
yap.
fact that
That's your...
That's what makes people quit the movement. Yeah, sadly. You are absolutely correct in that.
The real killer in this conversation, which was that
In claiming that.
like the people, like you could go back through the DMs and you could trace who had these communications with Pixie, all right, and then who took those communications with Pixie and spread them in an inconsiderate way or in a reckless way that would either
That's a
hurt Pixie's
target,
case
so
or make it seem like she was trying to extort Destiny or trying to do something through leveraging the privacy of the conversation. Like that's the other thing about extortion is that if you reveal a crime to the public, if you basically leverage, oh, I can make this public or not, that can actually be considered extortion if you're trying to get more money out of somebody before you go public with something, right? So those are the sort of money lines that I really hate in this situation.
Okay, I'm okay. So you think
All right. Well, it's GG's.
It's not just
Obviously,
that,
this.
you're allowing the conversation to be more about,
Obviously,
like, any
this.
conversation that muddies the line around, oh, was Pixie trying to extort anyone? Because I don't think that even if a message was sent from one person to another of something that Pixie said, and even if Pixie agreed explicitly, hey, yeah, you can transfer this conversation, the people that were acting around her were way more rational actors. They were way more responsible actors for like their part in it. They should have not disseminated that information. They shouldn't have asked Pixie. They shouldn't have requested.
Why am I listening to people talking about Destiny? Because so apparently this is Queenman talking to Duckbringer about a person called Purple Perry Gaming, I think, and I talked to them on New Year's Eve about Duckbringer's conduct towards him, I guess, and we agreed on a follow-up conversation. So I gotta do it, you know. I have to, I guess, do my research. Apparently, bro sent me an entire playlist of this Duckbringer person, and I have no idea what the fuck is going on. So I agreed to listen to all of it on stream and see what's going on. Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I just like every. Yeah, I think everybody's on board with fuck Iridite. I'm not taking a brave stance by saying fuck Iridite, but holy shit, like I just. So I guess what I'm saying, if you want to like target in this situation, if you want to look through the DMs, and when you have people like Willie Mack on who are associated with Destiny, to be like, you really think it's extortion that she was talking emotionally in the DMs? Do you really think it's extortion that she was fucking discussing wanting to ruin him financially when she was ruined financially from him, and that like maybe in the moment, like this is not a legal circumstance?
I would not be fucking.
I'm not gonna read your fucking chat. Actually, that's a bad idea.
I agree. Pepsi, or Pastry, wanted to speak to you again. I think he's
legit. Sorry for yapping. Thank you.
Hey, Pastry.
So, you can call me Pepsi. I'm just going to change my name in like a week.
No problem.
Hey, Pepsi, what's up?
Yeah, I just wanted to say, Duckbringer, I just thought because...
It's him!
I emphasize
It's
this,
him!
I've been in similar
Okay, I guess it's,
you want to sort of like ask a question.
I guess
and wait
it's
for the person to
happening.
respond, because if you don't, it just kind of comes off as if you're just going to keep talking. It's an important skill, because I've had this issue before in my life as well. I think it's an important skill for you to like learn at this early point in your...
Did you come in to give advice? Is that it, Pepsi? Is that what you're here for?
Thank you, I appreciate it. What life advice, so that I should wait? So
Sidiana's job.
What was it?
Okay, I
Are you
guess
seriously
not.
so fucking retarded that I have to like repeat myself. Are you like,
Based.
come
Yeah,
on, man,
I am.
seriously?
Please
No,
do
this
it,
is
please,
bullshit.
please. You came in here. You took the time, please.
And now you're like gonna fucking get mad at it. Like, if you don't listen the first time, I'm telling you.
Oh, he was
like,
purple
learn-
pastry
fucking, like,
gaming
just say
at
it
one
and just
point.
keep going.
That's
'Cause otherwise you're gonna come off as like annoying.
that's great
There
to
were a lot of
hear.
things that I was saying there. There was a lot of points in
You
my,
were repeating, you
my
were
argument.
looping. Be honest with yourself, you were looping.
Some people were like, I was getting some
You have
messages.
to
They were
write
like,
that
face
down.
queen,
You have to
go
write that
off,
down.
queen, go
have to
off.
He's not engaging with the arguments, like in the slightest. This is
Anyways,
just
what we're
Talking to
talking about?
yourself now.
Bloodsport
You're
shit.
now. That doesn't, you don't even understand the in-joke that chatter just
Which, I mean, okay,
No, I don't. I'm
it's
not part of this
well
sorry.
within
I'm
your
a liar.
prerogative
I'm a
to
poser.
do that, but
I am.
like,
I'm trying to. I'm really trying to. I swear that I'm trying to.
these conversations are so fucking boring
This
to
works for you in
listen
your
to,
life, and I don't
man.
blame you for getting to this point, but I'm just saying that from a streaming perspective, it's not very effective.
But I
You can
mean,
be smart if you want, but you are
he
just
seems
like
like an
at the end of the
okay
day.
guy in our conversation at least. I don't fucking know, dude.
And that's why I just don't like Smogbug, and I didn't want to change my name in the first place, because these are the people that associate with him, and I feel like by
I don't fucking know.
What's the deal with the visual similarities between your stream and Smugbugs stream? Are you from that area? What's happening here?
Yeah, so basically they have a Patreon where you can like get a little critter that appears on the show, and I wanted to
I'm
do stream for a while. I
conflicted.
wanted to do it for like 2023 since like
I
I
don't
got
know
like
what to think
DBTV,
about this
Letterboxd,
guy.
Discord, and a whole bunch of other shit.
Because what he's
so I tried to,
doing
like, get into it, and I
seems
didn't really
kinda
have
stupid.
an idea. And then I saw this stupid little puppet show where they were moving the stupid puppets around. And they were talking about schizopolitics, and they were like, kind of like the JREG thing, but on like a much stupider format. And I was like, oh, that's my shit right there. That's my shit. I want to fucking, it's amazing. But yeah, so I don't know. It's just the idea behind it is a decentralized streaming community. We're not trying to get that bag. I'm not trying to make this my career. Have a day job. You should have a day job, because if you're trying to be a streaming person telling people on the internet how they should feel about things, and you're not actually touching grass every now and then, you're probably gonna end up leading people astray. So yeah.
1 minute uninterrupted, by the way.
Yeah.
Listen, I just think that you're like it's sort of like you're a loser, basically, because you're being honest about how obviously you are inspired by Smugbug. And it's like
I was inspired by him. I was directly inspired. What do you mean? I was directly inspired by him. I was directly inspired.
Like a facsimile of like his. You could at least acknowledge that.
Like what?
Just
Can
kind
you
of, like aping his style, where he's like this like obnoxious loser who like sort of is jolly.
Obnoxious loser. You are currently
jolly
on the
obnoxious loser
who covers drama slobs. We're all
True.
obnoxious losers. We're the obnoxious loser. Okay.
You have like a weird like echo.
You have to have
I hate
humility.
these drama
Yeah,
people.
you see yourself as like this quirky
Might be your problem.
dream girl.
The commentary community
like,
is
Let's see how
a
much you can project on me.
fucking.
What else you got? What else you got? Let's see. I can cycle
That's
like
a
so much
fucking
of what you're just telling
plague.
me. I am the gray goo for you to project onto. Do it. Let's do it.
Goo.
Instead of coming up with theories about this person, but Dr. Brain, tell us who are you? Who are you?
It's true.
Who am I?
Yeah.
I am, so I am a person who I was like really into the alt-right space online in like 2016.
Queen.
I was into like esoteric, like image board posting, and I really,
Queen.
Which image boards? Which image boards?
It would violate a lot of rules to say. I don't know, but no.
Not
The point is
really.
that, like, no, I'm not gonna. Like the point is that I'm somebody who came from a very dark place on the internet, like a very fucked place, a place where a lot of people are just kind of projecting their mental illnesses and their worst tendencies outwards, right? And I obviously adopted a very nihilistic, cynical kind of politics because of that. And then I would say that because of some of my life experiences, I saw why that nihilistic worldview is really not sustainable. I decided to expand my horizons and get into like a little bit more. I mean, I don't even think left wing is appropriate, but more like humanist politics and more. I tried to branch out more, but I'm trying to figure out why shit's fucked. Essentially, that's my channel brand.
So you cover like politics streamer. That's the.
I don't think like okay, you could say politics, but yeah, but so okay, political economy, philosophy, economics, but also psychology. All of these things intersect into why the world's so fucked. I think just like analyzing. So like, what do you mean? What do you mean by
from his behavior and actions?
What do you mean by that?
What's a behavior and an action? Do you know that, or should I explain?
No, I'm saying like full of himself. Like so he comes off as arrogant.
Queen,
yes. He's performing a character.
No, he hopes that he's performing a character, but he's just a loser. Whenever he
How do you
talks.
know that?
I've seen long
True.
conversations, and he's isn't very funny.
So he's arrogant because you've seen long form conversations with him. And he's not very funny.
And just say arrogant, yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay.
He's an idiot too. He doesn't say anything of value.
Right. So the reason that I like the JREG format is because how familiar are you with, what's your opinion about meme, like internet culture broadly, like the whole esoteric,
Kidding that.
He's the poser version of that Bo Burnham is. He's like a Bo Burnham. It's like
he's like a Bo Burnham skinwalker.
Like pretending that you're like super online, but really you're like basically just a normie in.
What is it? So can nobody try to...
A normie?
What is cool about Bo Burnham?
A normie can also be super online, by the way.
So we're saying that he's like...
Rarely.
He's like that in a bad way.
But
Right.
Yeah.
So do you guys just hate fun?
Cool, yeah. Yes.
They pretend to be disrespectful.
Yeah.
They're like losers who have like the most surface level opinions, and they wax poetic about them in Netflix documentaries or YouTube.
Yes.
Whose opinions do you like listening to people's opinions at all?
Cool people, I guess. Yeah. But it's not
Do you guys just hate fun? Yes.
You listen to Queeman. Queeman is your god. Queeman is your god. So whatever Queeman likes,
Queeman's
your guy.
doing this gay extrapolation. My point is very straightforward. It's that J-Reg's retarded and Bo Burnham is gay.
Bo Burnham.
So Bo Burnham is gay. J-Reg is gay. Okay. Well, the whole point of why I was bringing him up, by the way. Okay.
Chain.
He's retarded. Okay. Thank you for specifying. What I like about what J-Reg is doing is that he's using the aesthetics of mental illness, and I think there's other people like. Do you watch DJ Peach Cobbler?
Surface level.
Have you watched DJ Peach Cobbler?
It's
Who do you
like
like?
Skinwalker, basically.
Who do you watch? Okay, who do you watch other than Cleve? I'm really.
Oh,
I'm
so they want to go for
I think his name's
double
Emerald.
JD. I get it.
Who's he? Who?
I got
He's
you,
like,
man.
he does like VR chat documentaries. I think he's like a Turkey Tom editor now.
Oh, I think I probably watched some of those by accident. Where
I
they
get
had,
you,
like,
man.
war
Yeah,
stories
DJ
and
Peach
stuff
Cobbler
like
is
that.
another fucking loser, fucking Joseph Anderson Skinwalker retard. Fucking hate that guy. You're just like the worst of every single one of these like faux intellectual morons combined.
Right.
Like what was? And it's because you were on like what, like 4chan? Is that it? And you think that's like sad and tragic? Like you're like
I've been on
Xander
image
Hall
boards,
retard.
yeah. No, I've been on image boards. I've been on.
Were you
Bro's
on 8chan? Do you
been
wanna
on
say
image
that one was busted
boards.
for child porn? Were you posting child porn?
Queen.
I think it's. Do you want to know?
Image
are you
board
actually curious why I don't want
queen,
to
yes.
name a specific image board?
I mean, yeah. I mean, if you say it, I guess yeah, it would be.
I don't care. Okay, I don't care to signal to anybody like what particular image board that I went on. If I tell you that I went on an image board, it doesn't matter if I went on 2chan or something awful or 8chan or 4chan.
Well, it sort of matters.
What you need to know is that I engaged with something that is not. It's a.
See?
What do you mean it wasn't an image board? It was a
We're asking
forum.
because it helps us understand you which image board it was. So
Like a forum, like that's what I'm saying. Okay, so an image board.
Yeah. Okay.
Like an image board, a forum, or anything like that is what you guys are asking. Like when I say image boards,
Well,
I'm asking, like, what do you guys think about, right? All of them. I've been on every single image board.
Yeah, but
Meta irony.
you're literally skinwalking J-Reg and IDubs. You know how pathetic that is?
Can you explain anti-6 threads? Can you explain the
Anti-6
idea
threads.
of a psyop on a trans porn thread, but the trans porn thread
GG.
being the most prominent part of the board? Can you analyze that? Yeah, that's so interesting. That's
You're just gonna yell over me, but whatever. I would explain that it's just people talking or whatever. What was there to explain? You're over analyzing it.
I gotta be honest. Listen, like since I started talking, can I talk to Queeman? Because since I started talking to you, I actually lost like 4 viewers. So I don't know if that's a metric or anything. Okay, so Queeman, do you have any questions for me in light of what I've just been talking about?
No,
Questions for you.
I
You were talking about yourself.
Any burning question? Not particularly. You
Okay.
seem like you had more. You didn't. You kind of. I heard you say you had criticisms, and then you came on. You didn't really feel like you ever gave a criticism. You were just like, oh well, sometimes the conversation gets sidetracked.
My criticism is that your platform and the direction that you're taking.
You're not giving a criticism right now. You're just
Not
talking.
playing
my
Hero
criticism-
Frogs anymore, I
okay,
guess.
the criticism is
Fuck
possible,
that.
by the way.
Okay, I'll let
Okay.
Pepsi. Give her some space, okay?
Sorry.
It's okay.
What was the
Yeah,
criticism?
let's talk about no, that's a problem. So somebody in your chat was saying the reason I didn't like what Purple was going at is we're just kind of bickering back and forth. Like you took something that I said and you kind of like went down a rabbit hole with it. That's why I didn't like talking with Purple, by the way.
Yeah, that's called a response.
No,
Sorry,
it's called frittering away because you want to like kick up more and more.
Okay, so
So you guys wanted to know what my criticism
not
was,
the
right?
best.
Queeman, yeah.
Of Queeman. Is that when you let JSOC on, when you let Kelly Jean actually was cooking a little bit, and I don't actually like Kelly Jean at all. So
You're going on a tangent. So give us a shit. Can you just get to the fucking criticism? Oh my god. Sorry, Queeman. I'll mute myself.
Thank you, Pepsi.
All right. So I don't know. Does your friend want to talk? Like, is he?
I think he's calming down.
Like,
I think he's calming down.
Is it good? Are you all right? Okay. Are we gonna have a conversation? Or are you gonna jump onto me like tell me like 5 different things of what
Get
I'm
on
saying?
with it. Sorry.
Oh, okay. All right. Anyways. So, my disagreement is that I think that if you're going to continue to talk about the Destiny drama, you need to actually get into the things that people did that they can improve on in the future. So when we're talking about Sunday, right? It wasn't necessarily a problem that he leaked that there was a crime. It wasn't even necessarily a problem that he leaked that Pixie was involved in the crime, because obviously most people already fucking knew that she was involved in the crime right after it happened, right?
Explaining this, you should get to the point.
Pepsi, stop jabbing in. The jabs are too much, buddy.
No, like legit. I'm gonna just go talk. I'm gonna go talk about this in my own. Like, if he's not just gonna shut the fuck up.
I'm gonna leave.
Pepsi, yeah, I think that's the best, Pepsi. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. All right. Jesus Christ. Where the fuck was I sitting? Anyways. Christ almighty.
Awful
If
hand.
you're going to continue to talk about this, you need to consider what people
Awful
like what
fucking
Sunday
hand.
did in terms of. I think that like there's been a lot of discussions around. Is it good to just like have a public notice of what Sunday did in terms of coming out with it, right? When Sunday was talking with Diorio and he was saying, oh, like I don't want to come out with this unless the person's going to come out with this because my career is going to get fucked. Obviously, we know both of those people did not really come out with it at the time they did because of any like legal protection or trying to protect future victims, right? Because that was not the case. It was really just either they wanted to do that and they only did it when it was like financially expedient for them, whatever. Like they can't take credit for protecting victims. They can take credit for blowing the whistle, and I think that Sunday's always going to get that. Like he's always going to have that W, and he deserves it. But he should be criticized, I guess, for not being more like I'm just reiterating a lot of fucking shit that I already said before. The point is that like or the shit that you guys have already said before. I'm sorry if I'm reiterating, and I'm just kind of like getting because I feel like a lot of people are going to project on what my opinion is.
Yeah,
When I don't say it. So
I'm still not seeing the
I'm so
criticism from
sorry.
me. It seems like you're like, oh yeah, Sunday did this stuff wrong, and Jay still sidetracked the conversation, but Kelly was cooking. It's like, there's a bunch of things that happened, but I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I focus on
Yeah.
what people can do better. Is that what you're saying? Give prescriptions?
Yes, you should make more prescriptive, not only prescriptive, but like when you're talking about Sunday, because I know that you can talk to Sunday and you can maintain your business relationship with Sunday and everything while still saying like, hey, maybe you could have done this better. Like we don't need to keep drilling down this drama again and again and again, weeks after weeks. Like and anything that Jay's talking Willie Mac on, like I wanted to actually, the reason that I wanted to get on, by the way, wasn't to talk to you, Cleveland. It was to talk to Willie Mac. I wanted to actually shut the like his arguments were so easily shut down by what I'm saying right now. If I was able to like ask him to his face, what do you think in terms of like erudite, in terms of like this person's like behavior, in terms of like the ethical argument that I'm making right now. The reason that I'm telling you this is because I feel like if you were making this if you were arguing from this perspective
I don't
with these
think
people,
you're
or anybody
making
in
an
your chat was
ethical
arguing with these
argument, but yeah.
Destiny Glazers come on, they would
Cool, I
easily be
guess.
able to blow them out of the water. And I don't know. I can't prove that.
Okay. I think the reason why this is still getting drilled down on weeks later is just because there's still money to be made in talking about it, so it's easy to rehash the same arguments again and again when someone new talks about them.
And that's why when you have somebody that's close to Destiny on, like Willie Mac, I really think that having these like nukes of this is really what it is. It's not about Sunday. Let's not bicker about Sunday. Let's not bicker about Dior. Let's not bicker about all these people. Unless Sunday actively leaked a DM that had Pixie saying something that could be like potentially used in an extortion case from Destiny, who the fuck cares? Like who the fuck cares at this point? It's already out. It was already out. It's just that Sunday decided to monetize it. And in this space, like you can benefit from something monetarily, and you can also like be doing a good thing. So fuck it, you know. I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying, like, I think that if you had these arguments and you're like I said, you had a chatter that specifically was drilling down the ethical argument, and I think it's just a much stronger position than when they leaked it. Like when it was leaked, and the victim's consent is a stupid fucking irrelevant argument in this. The only part where a victim's consent mattered, like I said, is when Erudite was asking Pixie if it was appropriate to leak the DMs to Destiny. That's the only time. Otherwise, like, because for example, there's a lot of cases where sexual violence, or like anytime there's a lot of sex crimes that occur, depending on your jurisdiction. You don't even, as the victim, have a say over whether or not the state is going to prosecute. Doesn't matter whether or not you want to prosecute. If you don't want to prosecute, they're still going to go after the person because they understand that victims are compromised by their position relative. Usually they're in a position of power under the person who has perpetrated against them. Anyways, I feel like I've yapped enough. I've probably pissed off your chat.
Okay. Anything else you want to say, or is that pretty much it?
Take anything else out of your language.
Okay.
It's
I'm
cringe.
trying.
Also, don't do cinema. Also, just like all the Destiny memes, all the DGG memes, you know.
Cinema that's a TV. Wait, you're saying you know about image boards? That's a TV meme. That's /TV.
Cinema is a TV meme? I wouldn't know, actually. I don't know.
I want you to tell me out how your Latin was signed with a heart on Valentine's and every other little detail as I drift into.
So that's it? What
Okay,
a fucking...
guys, what are you in the waiting room for? What are you in there for?
Well, I said I calmed down, and the issue was I was like overdoing it, so I figured that then I could be a bit more.
Liz, I told it clearly.
You
intended to do damage to her. So what?
Wow, you got that one in there. Good job.
I'm sorry about this whole
was a
thing.
tech
I really feel bad about.
You feel bad about what?
Well, I didn't know that that's how it was going to happen, so I didn't mean to sort of put this on you. You had the burden of like her mental state and
her mental state, the burden of her mental state,
and mine and everyone of your chat, I guess. But listen, I mean, can't you just take a
Draw
fucking apology, asshole,
monster.
and try to fucking be conciliatory, and you're just gonna
To save my life, bro.
I don't wait in the waiting room. Did you have anything extra you want to say, or was that?
Oh yeah, when she was there, but obviously she left. Whatever, bye.
All right. Okay. I could jump on and see your thing. Oh, no more calls tonight. I think that's Oh my god.
Everybody, welcome to the stream. Purple Perry Gaming on YouTube. I think I have his YouTube.
You don't have to post it. You don't have to
Pin.
post it.
No, it's already pinned.
Oh.
So what we were going over already, and we can get into. I think what I wanted you on for is just kind of understand because you have
You're
criticism about.
describing me like I'm an object. Like you want me here, like the way
Yes,
you want
you
like an
are-
exterminator in a room.
You are the content. You are being brought on
take
for
it back.
content right now.
Take it back.
Okay. Sorry, you're not an object. You're a human being with feelings, and we're here to have a dialogue. So.
Oh, I'm live right now also. I should mention.
Oh, cool.
I don't know if that
Welcome.
matters to you, because
No,
you're
I
like the
think
big
it's
shot here.
Am I?
So you keep pretending. You keep giving that energy. It's very annoying.
Well, I'm giving it accidentally because like yesterday, for example, like I hopped into the waiting room and came in stream, and he immediately dragged me in, and I was like, no, what do you mean?
2000
I don't wanna see
songs?
the waiting room people.
Like
What are
what?
you talking about? I can't even just eavesdrop on waiting room people anymore. Let's see. So yeah,
2000 songs? Like what?
As well, you guys are streaming.
Don't talk to them.
Okay, I'm sorry. He doesn't want me to talk to you. He wants to be able to.
If you
control
keep
the
this up, I'm
narrative.
muting you. Listen,
So,
so you want to talk about Jared,
anyways,
right?
Well, do you want to? We can get into this real quick. Chat. One in chat. Do you guys want us to get into our debate real quick, some blood sports, or do you want to keep going through the Destiny stuff? Honestly, I think it's more interesting to go through the not Destiny stuff, the blood sports stuff. One. Okay, we want blood sports. Okay. All right,
I'm not sure. Do you think I'm like your dancing monkey that's so fucked up?
You are the one that is putting yourself in the position of the dancing monkey.
You're describing, you're putting every single possible framing to make me that, and then you're like, well, you figured it out, so that means you're the bad guy.
No,
Fucking asshole.
what you're doing, okay, what I think you might be doing right now for
What
fun
do you
is
think
you're
I
used
might
to a
be doing?
dynamic where you're used to a dynamic where
Why,
Queen
when your voice gets loud, why does it echo?
Queen
A little faster? Yeah, of course.
Right?
This is
It's in
better.
my stream playlist or whatever.
Fun full times usually, actually, so incorrect.
Sorry, what was that?
But we have fun full times, actually, so it's inaccurate. You're projecting.
About, you said you have fun cool times with Queen?
Yeah, and you were like, no, he sees you as a dancing monkey, but no.
No, I didn't say that. I said, I'm saying that you are so
You
used to
literally
that
said-
dynamic where people bring you on, and you're basically like, you're there to entertain the chat, right? Like, it's like, hey, look, here's Terry, woo!
So you're trying to like,
Cutscene.
humiliate me. You're trying to humiliate me by pointing this out.
Do you feel humiliated? Okay, but
Well,
you shouldn't feel
no,
humiliated.
I have a good sense of self. But you're trying to say,
Yeah,
you're trying to objectify me.
Yeah, of course.
I'll use a woman.
Of course, I know the song.
Because, you know, usually you guys
Have you ever heard of Fusion Fall? Like
you're trying to take, like, away. You're trying to, like, go break picture.
The Cartoon Network universe MMO that I believe it came out in like 2009 or something like that. I played that on stream like a lot, maybe like a year ago or something. I was very much into that game. I don't want to reveal that I got any of this, so okay. And I can set an MSD. Why not? Yeah, that's a really cool game. It's like an old MMO thing. Probably the first game I ever played when I was a kid. I remember seeing a commercial for it on Cartoon Network. It has like, it's set in the Cartoon Network universe, and it's set in the Cartoon Network universe, and there's like every single major Cartoon Network character from every single cartoon that was popping at the time. They all of them show up, and it was like it's set in a dystopian future where most of those characters are either dead or still trying to like fight off this alien invasion and shit. It was really cool. Awesome game all around. Obviously made for kids and shit, but you know, we're all kids back then, so. The BrainCon thing's really good. Okay. Decode by Paramore? Wow. Haven't heard of that in a minute. Love that fucking song. I love Paramore. Like, all in all. It's just really cool. That song is also in my stream music folder. Have you heard the new solo stuff by Haley? By Haley? Did you like it? Huh. Okay, so that's what? 25, 13, 34. $25, 13, whatever else. Jesus. Okay, cool. Show scenes from Twilight. Yeah, I remember. I remember. Wow. So I guess this is both, right? So this is that would destroy cards on the field. All right, good to know. Anyway. Gale goes to hand. Now we go Brio. Do I wanna? No, I don't think I do. Fuck it. Okay, I'm gonna go bop. Bop. Fuck that shit. Not going for it. Let's go. Smash them directly. Pass. Yeah, no, her new album is fucking great. I like it. I like it very much so, right? Okay, so do I want to go? GG's. Okay. Game 3. By the way, did you see that President of Venezuela was captured by Trump and is now in the US? Yeah, I've seen that. Fucking World War III shit. Like, I don't know, man. The fact that they did that's fucking insane to me, honestly. I don't know. Not a fan. Not a fan of him, not a fan of Trump. Not a fan of what he's doing, but yeah. First turn that, okay. I mean, I guess we can help that. Kind of. Kind of. Emphasis on the kind of. Christ. Okay. Should get back to listening to that god awful fucking thing. Well, now I guess we can't because of the Stardust, right? Okay. Fuck that shit. Wait, no, never mind. Never mind. We can. We absolutely can. BrainCon. Paying 800. Getting your boy. Hold on. Okay. I guess we win. Let's do another one. I have a physics professor in uni. He's pretty much a leftist, and so Trump was definitely going to invade Venezuela. Yep. Yep, I remember about. I've seen the Malay stuff. He's crazy, honestly. Not a fan of him either. Bro's just legit insane. Oh my god, okay. Alright. Me too, huh? Okay, I'm just gonna set to pass. See what happens. Don't like their PFP, but that's not saying much, right? Okay, that's why we didn't, but we gotta find it. All right. Cool, 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 cool. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, he's at 2K. Jesus, dude. All right. So what? I gotta draw 4, right? Heavy. That's based. That's really based. Okay, fuck it. We're gonna heavy here. We are having, best I can do is go for a 5. But no, fuck it, we're not doing that. Declare. God, I'm stupid. That was a huge misplay on my end. Where's my Bora? Here he comes. Okay. Summon Bora. Shura attacks into him. I get a Kalu. Attack with the Kalu. Attack with Bora. Set Icarus and pass. Okay, we're cooking. Momentum is happening. In fact, wait. So that's 14, 18. GG. Okay, I guess we need this. We need this. Because of the fucking Necro Valley, right? 1, 2, 3, fucking 4. Okay, we got it. Do you think Maduro's gonna get executed? It can go either way, honestly. I wouldn't be too surprised if tomorrow we find out on the news that they offed him. Actually, I wouldn't be surprised at all. Like, they could very well do that. I don't know. What do you think about the whole ordeal? Set 3. Okay. Necro Valley. Got it. Necro Valley pass, huh? Fucking shit, dude. Alright, let's attempt. this gonna go through? Yes. Setting the dust tornado. I'm staying the dust tornado. That's cool. Alright. Oh well. What can you do? I'm scared of the back row. That's why I'm doing it. I'm doing it slow. I don't know, TBH. US law would allow it. Yeah, Trump doesn't really care about that. Neither US law or international law, so I don't fucking know. That's why I said it could go either way, you know? Doesn't seem worth solemning. Or do I want to keep the brain con? So we just both draw one. This is just Trump's second year in power. Yeah, who knows what's gonna happen. Who knows what's gonna happen in the coming years, right? Alright. Let's attempt. Give me something good. Okay. Yeah, okay. They're gonna go for, right? Pa. Oh, right. Forgot. $500 from Sirocco, right? True. True. Correct. Add those targets to your hand. Okay. Okay, okay. I think we're getting cooked this game, boys. Sure looks like it. Battle step? Alright. Sure. Draw. Guess I'm gonna set 2. Okay. Flipping the other one. Dark bribe is fine. So this is what, 17. and then 4K. All right. Let's see what's under there. Bruh. Okay. Could be good, could be bad. I don't know yet. Main two? Yes. All right. Setting this, passing. Okay. Uh-huh. You are getting hit for that, boy. I am sorry. Set to, okay. Ish. Ish. Right? Don't let me. Come on, Papa Duck. Where you at? Honestly, I've got this existence. Jesus really coming soon. Legions in the world will be crazy when he comes back. Yeah, true. That's like a very anticipated return. I think. I mean, I don't think this guy's coming back, but let's see. Maybe they do. Who knows? Nope. Okay. Thank you all for hanging out. I'll